Welcome to Mercy Medical Center's live webinar. Today we'll be discussing how to walk your way to a healthier life. Joining us is Kayla Sodawasser, Health and Fitness Coordinator at Mercy Fitness Center. After her discussion, she will take questions from our audience. Rebecca Jacobs, Senior Director of Mercy's Health and Wellness Department, is also with us to take your questions. To submit your questions anytime during the discussion, go to the window in the upper right-hand corner of your screen and type in your question. If you don't see the screen, click on the orange box with the white arrow. Your questions will be confidential. Well, welcome, Kayla. Let's go ahead and get started.
Hello, I'm Kayla Sodawasser, and thank you for joining us during this webinar. We're going to talk about walking your way to a healthier lifestyle. We're going to start with the benefits of exercise. Fitness experts now feel that walking can be just as valuable as aerobic exercise, such as jogging, swimming, and even biking. Many people walk for fitness and pleasure and can gain the following benefits. Enhanced weight loss. The more active you are, the more calories we expend, which is the key to weight loss. Decrease risk of age-related diseases. Exercise increases energy, helps improve our fitness level, and improves muscle tone, and it also increases the ability to perform daily activities. In general, exercise is a proven stress management technique. It helps take your mind off of the stressful life situations. Even a short, brisk walk can do wonders for shifting your attention away from the day's challenges, and it makes one appreciate the moment we're living in. Sometimes when stress takes over in a day, it's good to connect with others, such as family or friends, and take a walk, creating a soothing atmosphere, and helping people see the bigger picture. When you walk, you can do it in solitude. Just the fact that you are in nature and moving the body can have a positive effect on the body as well as the mind. One more benefit of exercise is the improvement of cardiovascular health. Exercise helps reduction in body weight, decreases in blood pressure, decreases in bad cholesterol, which is your HDL, and your total cholesterol. It increases in good cholesterol, which is your HDL, and increases in insulin sensitivity. As you can see, there are many benefits physically and emotionally that exercise can do for you. Looking at the top 5 ways to create a sound exercise program. Number 1, do a variety of activities you enjoy taking part in. Remember, there's no rule that says you have to go to a gym or buy equipment. Having a variety of activities will ensure you that you can do something regardless of the weather or the time of day. Some of these activities may include weightlifting, walking, running, tennis, cycling, exercise video, or even aerobic classes. Looking at number 2, when you exercise, it energizes the body. You breathe deeply, and your body makes better use of the oxygen exchange. You will get an exercise-induced euphoria during that activity and for some time after. Chances are you will feel better after exercising and get more energized. Logging your daily activity is very important when working on your exercise program. Make sure you write down the things that are important to you. It could be how much time you exercise each day, how many steps you walked, how far you ran or cycled, how your energy level felt, information like that. Some people actually make a game of it. Some runners calculate the miles it would take to run from their homes to a dream location, such as Myrtle Beach. Figuring how far they run in an average week and setting a target date for arriving in South Carolina. It's very important to reward yourself after accomplishing a certain goal of yours. Experts say that making behavior changes, such as working in an exercise routine, is hard, and rewards help motivate people. So decide on a goal and a reward and work towards it. You might buy yourself some new walking shoes or exercise outfit when you achieve 5,000 steps a day, or maybe buy a movie that you have been looking forward to see after you stick to your fitness plan for 1 month. Finally, be aware of all the indicators of progress. It's wonderful when your clothes fit better and you can lift heavier weights, or work out longer without getting exhausted. Some more indicators that you are making progress include getting a good night's sleep, thinking more clearly, having more energy, seeing your heart rate drop over time, and seeing improvements on your cholesterol, blood pressure, your bone density, triglycerides, and blood sugars. Moving naturally doesn't include running marathons, triathlons, or other forms of vigorous activities. It includes engaging in regular, low-intensity physical activity, often as part of your daily work routine. The overall goal is to get into the habit of doing at least 30 to 60 minutes of activity or exercise at least 5 times a week. It doesn't have to be all at once, although doing it consecutively seems to be better. According to the book Blue Zones, Lessons for Living Longer from the People Who've Lived the Longest by Dan Buettner, he advises us on some tips that can help us move more naturally. Try to inconvenience yourself by making life a little tougher. You can easily add in more daily activities if you inconvenience yourself. Small things like taking the stairs, walking down to get the mail instead of grabbing it while you're in your car, can add up to a more active lifestyle. And even parking further away from your work or the mall. Try for a short amount of time to get rid of the TV remote, the electric can opener, snowblower, and maybe even the power lawnmower. This will make life a little more inconvenient, but it helps people to get up and be more active. One simple word, walk. It's free, easier on the joints than running, and you can invite company or go solo. It can also have the same cardiovascular benefits as running if you walk briskly. It can also aid in digestion after a meal. Maybe try walking to a friend's house or walking the dog. These are little ways to help us get our daily steps in. Planting a garden is a great way to move naturally. When you work in a garden, it requires frequent low-intensity, full range of motion activity. You dig to plant, bend to weed, and carry to harvest. Gardening can relieve stress and gives you healthy, fresh vegetables to eat. Getting out and about can be more fun with other people. You can make a list of people to walk with. Combining walking and socializing may be the best strategy for making a habit of exercising. By knowing someone else, you have a commitment and motivation to keep you on your walking schedule. Walking can be a solo journey, but finding a walking buddy can help keep exercise interesting and keep you motivated. On days when it's cold and windy, hot, muggy, or days when it's hard to make yourself go out the door, having a walking partner who can't let you down makes a huge difference. By committing to another person, you may find that joining a group or organization can keep you on track of walking. Steps to Health is a great program to get involved in. It's a free walking program to help people of all ages add exercise to their daily routines and improve their health and well-being. You can walk anywhere, in your neighborhood, indoors at Lindale Mall or Westdale Mall, or outside downtown Cedar Rapids or the metro area trails. You can register online at the Mercy Fitness Center and receive information to help track your steps wherever you walk. Steps to Health comes with a daily activity log where you can keep track of your steps or how many minutes you have walked, map of different places to walk, electronic newsletters, and monthly health seminars and screenings by healthcare professionals from Mercy Medical Center. Steps to Health also includes monthly rewards. Earlier we talked about rewarding yourself when you complete a certain goal, whether it's 6,000 steps every day for a month or walking 30 minutes every day for 2 weeks. Steps to Health gives rewards. If you keep track of your activity, log, and send it in, your name gets into a drawing for a $25 gift certificate at various locations. You can go online to Mercy's website and register, or call Lynn Dennis to receive more information. We're going to look at setting goals for your exercise program. Writing a SMART goal is important when looking at ways to make healthy changes in your life. The example I'm going to be using is instead of saying, I want to be more active, we're going to be more specific and write out a SMART goal. The S is specific. You need to be as specific in what you want to accomplish and the action steps you will take. For example, I will get 15 to 30 minutes of walking in 3 to 5 days out of the week. Measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. For example, I will log my activity each day I exercise. This is also a very good way to track the progress you make with your cardiovascular endurance. Action-oriented. Select an action for your goal and what you will do to reach it. For example, I will start to take the stairs at work instead of the elevator. Or I will start to park further away from my destination, such as the grocery store or work, just to get a couple extra steps in. Reasonable. Set goals you can realistically accomplish in a few weeks or month. For example, I will enlist the support of my friend as an exercise buddy to keep me on track. And finally, we have timeline-based. Set time expectations. Have a start date and a finish date by which you expect to reach your goal. This gives you a clear target to work towards. For example, after 8 weeks, I will reevaluate my goals and adjust my goals and adjust as needed to meet my long-term goal of walking that 3 hours per week. Some tips to help you reach your goals is to focus on one goal at a time. Taking on too much can be overwhelming and it can even lead to failure. That's why short-term goals are smart. Pick something you are ready to tackle and have a genuine desire to improve. Start with small steps. Set goals that challenge you, but that you are confident you can accomplish. You should reevaluate your progress often. Do more of what is working. If something isn't working, try a new approach and don't give up. Always try and be optimistic. Think positively and remember that you can do this. First, it's important to start out slow when looking at tips for beginning a walking program. For most people, this means head out the door, walk for 10 minutes, and walk back. Try to do this every day for a week. If this was easy for you, add 5 minutes to your walk the next week. Keep adding 5 minutes until you are walking as long as you desire. Get the right gear. Make sure you're wearing comfortable footwear. Choose shoes that have proper arch support, that have a firm heel, and thick, flexible soles to cushion your feet and absorb shock. Before you buy a new pair of shoes, be sure to walk in them in the store. Also dress in loose-fitting, comfortable clothing, and in layers just in case you need to adjust to the temperature outside. Wear bright colors or reflective tape after dark so that motorists can see you. Drink plenty of water. Be sure to drink plenty of water before, during, and after walking or any type of exercise. Staying hydrated is very important in keeping the body's temperature down while exercising. Especially in the summer, it's vital to drink a lot of water so you don't become dehydrated or get heat cramps. Develop a habit. The toughest thing about starting a fitness program is developing that habit. Walk daily, whether it's 10 minutes or 60 minutes. This will help you maintain the habit in your lifestyle. Use the talk test. If you're walking for the general health benefits, try to walk or build up to 30 minutes a day, most days of the week at a talk pace. This means that you have an elevated breathing, but you can still carry on a conversation. You can also consider mapping out your routes ahead of time. At www.mapmywalk.com, it's a good way to plan a path and see the routes other locals have already established. We're going to talk about heart rate next. Measuring the intensity of your workout is important so you can know just how hard your heart is working to pump oxygen to your muscles. As you walk, measure the intensity of your workout by checking your heart rate. Knowing your heart rate allows you to increase the intensity to maximize your workout or slow down to overdoing it. Above is an outline of the proper heart rate ranges one should be in while exercise according to your range. This range is 60 to 80% of what the heart is working. As you can see, the younger you are, the higher your heart rate range is going to be because the heart can work at a higher intensity. The older we get, the lower the heart rate range is. Try and stick to this outline. To find out if you're exercising within range of your target heart rate, stop walking to check your pulse manually at your wrist or neck artery. Time your pulse for 6 seconds and add a 0 to that number, and you should be getting your estimated heart rate range. For example, if I check my pulse and I get 14 beats per minute, in that 6 seconds, my heart rate is around 140 beats per minute. This would put me in the correct range for my age. Another option is to purchase an electronic device called a heart rate monitor that will display your heart rate. We're going to look at designing a walking program next. A walking program is a great way to start an exercise program. All you really need are comfortable clothes and shoes. Every workout should begin with a light, active warm-up and a few simple stretches. Although walking primarily works the major muscles of the legs, don't forget to stretch your back, arms, and shoulders. This will help loosen any tension that may be built up and may make your walk more enjoyable and effective. Walking is one fitness activity that allows you a variety of options. Once you have reached a point where you can walk a few miles feeling very comfortable and with ease, you can start to vary the intensity. At this stage, it may be smart to check your cardiorespiratory fitness level by walking 1 mile as fast as you can go. Before you design a personal walking program, you should consult with your physician before beginning any exercise program. Set a time schedule that you can keep. Having that specific time set in your day will help you maintain this activity almost every day. Design your walking program according to your fitness level. We're going to talk about beginners, intermediate, and advanced walking program. Let's start with beginners. Start out slow and easy. Start by walking 15 to 30 minutes a day. If you cannot walk 30 minutes consecutively at first, break the minutes up throughout your day. Walk 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, and 10 minutes in the evening until you can walk 30 minutes consecutively. Forget about speed at this point. Focus on good posture by keeping your head lifted and shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. Swing your arms naturally and breathe deeply. If you can't catch your breath at this point, slow down or avoid inclines and hills. Intermediate. If you are in this category, you can walk your way to fitness by exercising continuously for 30 to 45 minutes. Be sure you can talk while walking. If you can't converse, you're walking too fast. Walk briskly, but don't overdo it. Speed is not your focus here. Consider walking in some hills at this level. And finally, advanced. If you reach this category, you should be able to walk 30 to 60 minutes comfortably. Concentrate on lengthening your stride, adding hills or inclines, and increasing your speed. At the advanced level, you could also try to work on intervals. Intervals are simply alternating bursts of intense activities with intervals of lighter activities. You could incorporate short bursts of brisk walking or jogging into your walks. For example, if you're walking outdoors, you could brisk walk between certain mailboxes, trees, telephone posts, or other landmarks. Intervals help elevate the heart rate for a couple minutes, and while you're resting, it gives the heart a chance to return to a lower level. Changing up the speed is a good way to work your body and heart at an advanced level. You will burn more calories because of the intensity changes. You don't need special equipment, and doing intervals can help the time go by faster. The principles of interval training are the same for everyone, but you can take interval training to many different levels. You can determine the length and speed of each higher intensity interval based on how you're feeling that day. You may increase the intensity for 30 seconds and then go back to your normal pace. Maybe the next bout of intense interval may last you 1 to 2 minutes. How you pick up the pace, how long, and how often is completely up to you. But remember to start slow. Try 1 or 2 higher intensity intervals during each workout at first. If you think you're overdoing it, slow down. As your endurance improves, you can challenge yourself to vary the pace, and you may be surprised by the results. Interval training isn't appropriate for everyone, and if you have a chronic health condition or haven't been exercising regularly, please consult your physician before trying any type of interval training. When you're ready to start walking, consider doing a brief warm-up followed by a quick cool-down session when you're done exercising. It may tack on a few extra minutes to your exercise routine, but it will prevent you from injuries and might help you stay healthier. There have been some questions in the past about whether warming up and cooling down offer health benefits. Doing the proper warm-up and cool-down offers no extra risk on the body, so try to work them into your exercise schedule. Warm-ups and cool-downs usually involve doing your activity at a slower pace and reduced intensity. Warming up can help your body prepare for the aerobic activities. It helps gradually increase the cardiovascular system, increases blood flow to your muscles, and it raises your body temperature. When people jump into their workout without the proper warm-up, it can lead to muscle strain and injury on the body. Warm up right before you plan to start your workout. Focus first on large muscle groups such as hamstrings and quadriceps in the legs. A warm-up may cause mild sweating, but it shouldn't leave you feeling fatigued. Some examples of warm-up activities include walking in place, slowly walking for 5 to 10 minutes when you're going for a brisk walk, or walking briskly for 5 to 10 minutes when you're going for a jog. Cooling down is similar to warming up. You can usually continue your workout session, but at a slower pace and reduced intensity. Cooling down is important because it does help regulate the blood flow, and it can become an enjoyable ritual as part of an overall exercise program. Some examples of cooling down include after a brisk walk, walk slowly for 5 to 10 minutes. Or after a run, walk briskly for 5 to 10 minutes. Cooling down after your workout may help gradually reduce the temperature of your muscles. Cooling down can help reduce stress on the heart, reduce muscle injury, stiffness, and soreness. It's also highly recommended to add stretching into your cool down session. If you have a tight or previously injured muscle, stretch the muscle after you warm up as well. Stretching can increase blood flow to your muscles. It can also decrease the risk of injury because stretching allows your joints to move through their full range of motion. You should hold each stretch about 15 to 30 seconds, and remember to keep it gentle. Don't bounce and don't stretch to the point of pain. Jerking or aggressive motions may actually cause an injury. If you do enjoy walking and haven't exercised for a while, split up your workouts into 10 minutes 3 times a day, and that will add up to your 30 minutes of recommended activity per day. Gradually build up to a point where you can exercise for 30 minutes continually. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends 30 to 60 minutes of physical activity or 10,000 steps a day for 5 days out of the week. When you get 10,000 steps in a day, it equals about 5 miles. So when you try to get 4,000 to 6,000 steps, that is going to be about 2 to 3 miles, which is a great place to start when looking at the strides throughout the day. Using a pedometer can measure those steps. A pedometer is a device that senses your movement to add up the number of steps you take. A pedometer counts steps for any activities that involve step-like movement, including walking, running, stair climbing, and even the movement as you go about your daily chores. To use a pedometer, you usually just stick it onto your waistband of your pants or put it in your pocket, and then you get moving. The cost of pedometers typically depends on how many features it offers. The prices typically range from $10 to $50. You can buy a pedometer at fitness stores or online. When you first get a pedometer, you need to establish a baseline. Wear it throughout the day for 3 days straight and go about your routine activities at home and at work. At the end of those 3 days, add up the total number of steps and divide by 3. This gives you a baseline number of steps that you can help set a goal at the beginning. Once you know how many steps you can take on an average day, set a short-term goal using the pedometer. Let's say your average was 3,000 steps a day. Set that short-term goal of adding another 500 to 1,000 steps every day by incorporating a planned walking program to schedule, just like we talked about earlier. When you meet your short-term goal, you can start to add in a long-term goal. Think about your overall fitness and activity goals. Your short-term goals are the building blocks to a long-term goal. A long-term goal would be to get that 10,000 steps in several times a week as part of your new daily routine. Tracking your progress over time can be helpful as well to see whether you're meeting your goals and when it may be time to set another goal. Your pedometer may or may not have a memory function feature to track your steps on a weekly or monthly basis, so either log the activities on a computer or in a journal that you keep. Use your pedometer to keep it fun, interesting, and challenging. Some ways to enjoy your walk include selecting a path that is free of noise and pollution. Walking in scenic locations help to uplift the mood. Since spring is here and the weather is getting warmer, walking outside can be the choice of many people's daily activities. Fortunately for those of us who live in Cedar Rapids, we have 18 trails in the city alone. You can visit the website www.lingcountytrails.org, click on trails, and then you can browse the different trails that are all over the city. When you find a certain trail that appeals to you, click on it and it will give you a lot of different information, including the surface type, how long the trail is, the trail description, the features and sights of that trail, and you can explore your options at this site and have fun with it. We're going to look at the trail safety and courtesy from the Ling County Trails Association. If trail users don't follow the trail safety and courtesy guidelines, the results can be dangerous, result in injury, or can result in a negative image and experience of and on the trails. Here's a short list of trail safety and courtesy. Make sure you carry plenty of fluids and drink frequently. Keep to the right and always pass on the left. Be alert to trail hazards such as loose gravel, holes, and branches. Keep track of where you are. You should always carry identification and contact information on you. Walkers should carry a lit flashlight at dusk or later. If we all stick with the safety and courtesy guidelines using the trails in Ling County, it can be a positive experience for all users. The trails are also there for us for our use and enjoyment. We can take advantage of these trails to take that first step of overall better health. Some of you may have heard of the Blue Zone Project in helping Iowa become one of the healthiest states, and we're actually going to take just a couple minutes to talk about this. The Blue Zones Project will ignite and lead a community-by-community movement to improve the well-being of Iowans throughout the application of the learnings from the Blue Zones. The Blue Zones Project will focus on permanent environmental and policy changes that will make the focus of healthy choice the easy one. One example is rather than asking residents to walk or bike more, walking and cycling will be made easier and more desirable than driving due to the environmental factors. All Iowans and their communities will have the ability to leverage tools, resources, and an online learning collaborative to start changing their environment. In the community, we can optimize communities by looking at laws, regulations, and the physical environment for ways to encourage natural movement and social interaction. Changes to sidewalks, traffic easing, public spaces, bike lanes, recreational areas, and perceived safety can make them more friendly to bicyclists and pedestrians. By helping communities become Blue Zone communities, people will live happier, longer, free of chronic disease because the healthy choice becomes the easy choice. We can all get more physically active naturally if we live in walkable communities, deconvenience our homes, and grow gardens. Also, by having a regular exercise program, it will help the body physically, mentally, and emotionally. We can all get up and move regularly throughout the day by creating and sticking to an exercise routine. Sign up now for the Blue Zone movement so we can help ourselves help Iowa to become one of the healthiest states.
Thank you, Kayla. Great information here. Now, to remind our listeners, questions can be submitted from the box in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And looking for our first question here. First question, do you have any ideas for people with disabilities or recovering from injuries? I have bad knees that make walking difficult.
Yeah, that's a good question. There are many different activities that you still can do with bad knees or joints. Swimming is one of the best ways for people with joint problems or arthritis or even injuries. Also here at the fitness center we offer a machine called the New Step. And the New Step is a stair-stepping machine where you can sit and it focuses on the arms and the legs and it's very light on the joints as well. So there are different activities that you can do with that.
Question just came in related to that. What are the benefits of riding a stationary bike compared to walking?
The benefits of the stationary bike can be really good too. There are difference in walking and bike. With walking, you are able to use your arms a little, but with the bike, you are able to use your legs a little more. You can use that resistance. You can adjust your resistance with that too. So either riding the bike and walking, they're both ways to stay active. So both of them are very good.
Another question for you, Kayla. I've heard 10 minutes of walking 3 times a day is just as beneficial as 30 minutes at one time. I have such a busy life that I find it hard to carve out 30 minutes at a time. What are your thoughts?
I definitely think that as long as you're adding up to that 30 minutes of activity, it is just as beneficial as doing it all at once. So whenever you can make time to be active, it'll be just as good.
Another question. Kayla, can you suggest a good website for a daily online activity log?
Yeah, the USDA actually has a My Pyramid tracker that will log your diet and your physical activity. So if you wanted to visit that website, mypyramidtracker.com, that's a great website to go to help you keep track of your physical activity.
Can you recommend a heart rate monitor? How much should I expect to pay, and where could I purchase a monitor?
The heart rate monitors that we do sell at the fitness center here, they are Polar, and this is a great brand of heart rate monitors to use. They range from $60 all the way up to $200 depending on what type of features that you're looking for. We sell them at the fitness center here, but you can also buy them online or at any type of fitness store.
We have a couple questions related to the blue zones, and I'm going to refer these questions to Rebecca Jacobs, who has been in the webinar with us. Rebecca, when will we learn if Cedar Rapids has been selected as a blue zone community?
We will be able to find out that decision the first part of May. Our site visit was scheduled for the mid part of March. There was lots of excitement that was displayed for the community, not only in regards to our trails, but our garden areas, options for our communities to be able to decrease their stress levels. So we thought that our demonstration in mid-March put us in a great position to find out the final 3 cities that will be selected the 1st of May.
Second question related to the blue zones. If we are selected, what will happen next?
This will be an opportunity for us to network with other communities across the nation. Looking at what has been success stories within their communities, Albert Lea, Minnesota has been one of the examples that we have been able to reference. They, again, have been able to look at policies. They've been able to look at other kinds of resources to set goals in regards to restaurants having healthier choices available. There has been a variety of other opportunities for us as a blue zone even to do the pledge that I can go online to be able to find resources, looking at options to be able to log my activities, to be able to shop more wisely. Those are other options that by going to the Blue Zone Project website you will be able to find additional tools.
Very exciting potential for the city of Cedar Rapids, I think. I believe we have answered all our questions, but to let you know, a tape of this program will be available at mercycare.org/live in a couple days. You can always check back this website for information about future webinars or to listen to past webinars. Our next live webinar is the misuse of prescription drugs with Shawn Stepp. She is the program coordinator at Mercy Sedlacek Treatment Center. The webinar will be Thursday, May 10th from noon to 1, and then Shawn will take your questions live after the discussion. You can pre-register at this website also. I will check here to be sure we don't have any additional questions. I think we have had, all questions have been submitted to us, but if you have any additional concerns or questions, Kayla can be reached at 319-221-8877 or her email address, ksodawasser@mercycare.org. Thank you all for joining us today.